Hi guys, so welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing October-November from year 2021, set 23 here. So just a quick announcement, if you are interested to join our group class to prepare for your upcoming final examination, okay, the details is in the description box. Okay, feel free to fill it up and then I'll reach out to you from there. Okay, for those who put in their phone numbers, you must put in your country code, else I couldn't reach out to you. So that's it. Let's get started with our paper here. Okay, so we are looking at the first question now. Okay, we are having 26 gram as a percentage of 208 gram. Okay, interesting. So 26 over 208 percentage means you have to convert it by multiplying 100 to it. Okay, then you get your results as 12.5%. Moving on to question 2. Okay, alternate angles. So I know this part here is x as well. So I can come up with the conclusion x plus 132 equals to 180 because it's a straight line now. So x final results will be 180 minus 132. Then you get your final answer as 48 here. Moving on to question 3. From this following list, write down the numbers that are both a prime numbers and a factor of 195. So if I were to choose, this here is not a prime and the rest is prime numbers. Okay, so I have to check 195 divided by 13. Okay, it can be done. Okay, it's either this. Okay, just to be safe, I will double check with the rest of the numbers here. Okay, so my quick guess was correct. So our answers here will be 13. That's all. So first thing first, reason why I eliminated 15 is because 15 can be divided by 5, can be divided by 3. And the rest of the numbers here can only be divided by themselves and 1 only. Okay, that's how you narrow down, and then you run your division process to double check which one of them qualify as a factor. Question 4a. So 5% is only 0.05. So pretty obvious, I will put 0.5 more than 5%. Part B. Insert one pair of brackets to make this statement correct. So 3 minus 1 is 4, 4 plus 2. Okay, so by putting a brackets here, 3 minus 2 is 2. So you have negative 2 plus 2, they cancel off each other. So by putting a brackets there, it should be the final answer. Moving on to question 5. Nina changes 153 euros into dollars when the exchange rate was $1 to 0.9 euros. Okay, so all you have to do is to change 153 by dividing it with 0.9. So we get your answers as $170. Okay, that's it. Moving on to question 6. Marek buys a computer for 420. He sells it at a loss of 15%. So this 15% here tells us that now when we are selling it, we only earn back how many percent of the purchase price here. So it's about 85%. So by taking 420 times 85%, we will know the actual selling price here, which is around 357. Okay, so far pretty easy for this paper. Okay, we are 10% true. Next part. Okay, here comes a little bit of indices, but for this particular type of question, okay, always run the numbers calculation first, and then since both have G, they will be minusing each other because of the divide sign there. So 32 divided by 4, you get 8, and then G, 32 minus 4, you get 28. So that's how you find your final results here. So they are 357 and 8 g to the power of 28 here. Moving on to question 8, Beatrice walked 1 km at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour and then 2 km at a speed of 4.5 kilometers per hour. So key things here is we now know the distance, but we don't know how much time they spent. Okay, so we know the distance and then we know the time is 1 km plus 2 km. Okay, then the next thing to do from this will be identify how much time it takes. Okay, so time is by taking distance divided by 4. Okay, this will tell us it was 0.25 hours. Okay, and the second part, the time will be 2 divided by 4.5. Okay, so add this 2 up. 2 divided by 4.5, I get it as 4/9. Okay, so 1/4 plus 4/9 at your denominator. So we can run our calculation now. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1/4 plus 4/9. We get a final answer as 108/25, or it's about 4.32 kilometers per hours. Okay, this is your total journey, a total distance, and the bottom is your total time. Okay, hope these details here will help you out in your calculation. Moving on to question 4. Wow, recurring decimals. It didn't appear for quite some time as well. So we must set our x equals to 0.272727. It keeps on repeating. So to get it done, I check how many dots were there, then I put how many zeros in front of it. So I decided to put 100x, so that I have 27.272727. So by finding the difference here, you will be able to cancel off the 27 that was repeating. So 99x equals to 27. X will be 27 divided by 99. So your final answer for this will be 3/11. So that's how you get this done. In question 10, these are first 4 terms of a sequence. Okay, and then they ask you to calculate this. How do 3 gets to -1? It is by taking minus it by 4, minus it by 4, and minus it by 4, which means you automatically pair the -4 with a n, and then to find the previous term or the 0 term here, instead of minusing 4, we're going into a different direction. So we are adding 4 into it instead now. So by adding 4, you get to 7. So your final answer is 7 minus 4n here. Okay. Oh, I accidentally do it wrongly. This 7 minus 4n is meant for your part B. And then for your A here, we have to minus another 4 to get to your results. That will be -13. Okay, so your 10A is -13 here. Moving on to question 11. Okay, find P when our M is 100. Our G is 3 square plus 4.5 square. Okay, let's sum it up. You will get your answers as 2925 at the end. Okay, so that's how you get your results here. Part B, rearrange the formula by writing G in terms of P, M, and H. Okay, so we have P divided by M equals to G squared plus H squared. Since they wanted G, I will throw my H squared to the back. G will be square root of P over M minus H squared. So that's it. Okay, this will be my final results. And since they didn't mention plus positive or negative, to be safe, you just put plus minus at the front. Okay, since we're dealing with squares here. Moving on to the next part. Okay, this paper is getting weird because all the questions they asked so far is easy. I wonder maybe the next few questions will be hard, or your paper 4 will be a very troublesome paper. Okay, so far by doing this, you have 12 for both, 11 plus 9. So 20 over 12, and then make it into mixed number, 20 over 12. Okay, I can write it as 5 over 3 first. Okay, then you can change it into 1, 3 over 2. Or you can press shift, change it up. Okay, this calculator cannot. Okay, next part here we have 0.04 squared. Okay, just key in it. Plus 0.03 times 0.28. So this answer will be 0.01, but at the moment the answers that we gotten is still not in standard form yet. So we are required to shift it twice to the back. So we have 10. Okay. It becomes 1 first. 1 to the power of 10 negative 2 because we're shifting it to the back. Okay. If it's to the front, then it will be positive. Moving on to question 14. They wanted us to write down all the element that was inside of this thing. Okay. Because they use the term union. So we have B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, so that's 6 of them. Okay, moving on to NQ. NQ means counting how many variables are there inside of this. So there's 4 of them. So just write 4, then you're done. And then the last one, I will help you by showing you what they wanted here. First of all, they want everything other than P, okay, which is this black line that I just draw here. And then they wanted intersected with Q. Our Q was this entire thing. So they were looking for the parts where the black and red line overlapped. So by looking and compare, they are implying this particular section only. So there's 3 variables inside of it. So the answers will just be 3. Moving on to question 15, the cost of the train journey is increased by 6% to a new cost here. Calculate the original cost of the train journey. Okay, so this price here is after an increase, which means it is 100% plus 6%. So that's why you will see me writing 106% here. Ori times 106%, it would become 153.7. So to find your original, you take 153.7 divided with 106%. You'll be able to get your results or the original price as 145. That's how you sort out question 15 here. Joe and Mo share 26, and then Joe is the one that received more. So we have J, we have M. J will be X plus 5, then Mo is just X. So if I add these two guys, the values that they have up, it becomes 26, which means 2x equals to 21. X will be 21 over 2. So I can now update my results here. I have 21 over 2 plus 5 compared to 21 over 2. So let's key in 21 over 2 first. And then add that with 5. You will get to 31 over 2. Okay, interesting. And then they happens to have the same denominator. You can then cancel it off. And your final answer will be 31 to 21. So that's how you get question 16 here sorted out. Okay, halfway mark. Okay, we have a little bit of questions left. Question 17. Each interior angles of a regular polygon is 178.5. Similar to the paper that I did just now, they have the same exact question, just they change up the degrees here. Okay, so it will be n minus 2, okay, 180. Okay, this is the formula that you use when you saw the term regular, because all of the sides are the same, so you can divide it by n. Okay, so when you run the calculation, you will get to this and 178.5 n. When you transfer it, you will have the balance of 1.5 n equals to 360. 360 divided by 1.5, you will get your n as 240 at the end. Okay, 240 size polygon. Wow. I got no idea why they want to put this question. Okay, moving on to question 18. Find the equation of the straight line that passes through the point 2, -2, and 3, 10. Give your answers in the form of y equals to mx plus c. So for this question here, what should I do? Okay, so just the basic one, we will be doing our gradient formula first. So 10 minus -2 followed by 3 minus 2. So through this, you get 12 as your gradient. Y equals to 12x plus c. So to make your life easier, I will choose the smaller gradient, smaller coordinates. So we have -2 equals to 12 times 2 here. So your C's final answer will be -26. Okay, so y equals to 12x minus 26 will be your final answer. Moving on to question 19, asking us to show the perimeters of the shaded segment. Okay, so first thing first, we are required to identify the arc length. Arc length goes by 80 over 360 times 2 times pi times 12.6. Okay, this is to identify the arc length that is outside of it. Moving on, we have our cosine rule here, which we can identify. Okay, you must know this is a 12.6 as well because they are from a segment of a circle. So these are basically the radius. So I can safely assume that to get to the result, so we'll be putting square root 12.6 square plus 12.6 square minus 2, 12.6, 12.6. Lastly, we have a cosine 80 here. So by keying in this, we'll be able to identify this part of the triangles. So adding these two up should be your final answer. First part, we gotten it as 28 over 5 pi. So for the one at the back, it will be 16 something. Okay, add it up with our 28 over 5 pi and check your final answer. So we got it as 33.8 after correcting it to 3 significant figures. Okay. Yes, so finally some challenging question. Okay, here comes question 20 here. Okay, first thing first, I will try to maps area of a lake is 18.75. Okay, I try to make my 3 kilometers here. Okay. Wow, this is a challenging one. So 1 km square equals to 1 km times 1 km. So if I wanted to make it into cm square, okay, all of this unit here will be updated. Okay, because 1000 times 100, this is to make it into 1 cm. And then 1000 times 100, This is to make it into cm as well. Wow, so many zeros. Okay, this will be, how many zeros is here? Okay, let me count. That is 10 0. Wow. Okay. And then since we have 3 kilometers square here. Okay. So since we have 3 kilometers square, let me write that down. 3 kilometers square. It will become 3 times 10 to the power of 10. Okay. So to identify the scales here, I will take this results that I gotten. Okay, I will put 3 times 10 to the power of 10 divided with 18.75 first. Okay, to find your answers, I will divide it by 18.75 and then square roots it. Okay, because they both have a square here. So the process goes by to find it as 1. Okay, currently we have this is equals to 3 times 10 to the power of 10. To go to the other side, we have to square root 3 times 10, 10, divide by 18.75. Okay, with this answer being square roots, okay, we will get our final outcome as 40,000. Okay, so this will be my final answer here. Oh, this is a very tricky one. It's been a while since they put map skill question. Okay, moving on to question 21. Okay, for this, kindly remember this 3 to the power of 5. 3 over 5 here will be assigned to both of them. So if you wanted to key in your calculator, you should put in this and y 10 times 3 over 5. So through this calculation, 243 to the power of 3 over 5, you will get your final answers as 27. And then your y will be 6. That's how you find your final answer here. And then for the last part, we'll be putting them equals to each other. This is very similar question to the previous one as well. Okay, arrange them together. You get negative 4x and then negative 12 equals to 0. So factorize it accordingly. You will get your answers as x plus 2 and the other one is x minus 6 equals to 0. So answers will be negative 2 and x equals to 6. So when your x is negative 2, okay, your y will be negative 2 minus 1, which is negative 3. When x is 6, your y will be 6 minus 1, which is 5. So with this, we have negative 2, negative 3. We have 6 and 5 here as our final answer. Moving on, we have question 23 now. Okay, question 23. Calculate AC. AC is the slant or the diagonal of the top part of this triangular prisms here. So to get it done, okay, I will draw this out to remind what part am I identifying. So they need C, P, and A. So to get to PA, which is this bottom line and the shores here, we will take 12 square minus A plus 5 square first to identify that. And then we have 4 cm here. So through this, you can key in your calculator now. Okay, 12 square plus 5 square, you will get your answers as 13. So with this 13, to find AC value will be square roots of 13 square plus 4 square. So we key in 13 square plus 4 square, you will get your answers as 13.6 after correcting it to 3 significant figures. Okay, and then using the same information that we just identified, they now want us for the value or the angles here. So pretty much CP is your opposite and this is your adjacent. Okay, because the 90 was located here. So using tangent, inverse, okay, so this angle here we can call it angle CAP equals to tangent inverse of our opposite and 13. Tangent inverse 4 and 13, you will get your answers as 17.1 as the final results. Okay, if you wanted to see the full details, it goes by tangent CAP equals to 4 over 13. This is the step that I skipped just now. Okay, just write it down for your reference. Moving on to question 24. Okay, quadrant question again. Things to take note, if there isn't any plus or minus at the front, it's automatically positive. So for tangent to be positive in our quadrant concept, we know that it will only appear at the first one and the third one. Okay, how do I remember this? All school teacher crazy. Okay, don't feel offended if you're the teacher. I'm also a teacher here. Okay, so this is just to help students understand and remember it. Okay, so this A and then pull over all the way to here, then you will get your answers. Okay, so X will be tangent inverse of square root 3. Okay, by keying this, you get your results as 60. Okay, this 60 is for this information here. And to get to the answers in the third quadrant, kindly take note this 60 will be reflected over here, which means from 180, it will go through another 60 degree. So your final answer will be this and 240 at the end. That's how you identify your results here. Moving on to question 25. Okay, we're almost done. We're the last two questions. Okay, I can take out 3x from it. So you have x and 6 left at the numerator. For the denominator, however, you can split it into two separate parts. First one, I'll be extracting a out from it. So I have x minus 6 inside. And then for the next one, I can extract 2c from it. So that I have x minus 6 as well. So since these two are repeating, you can then rearrange them and form it into the following arrangement. You have a plus 2c multiplying with x minus 6. So these two, since they are the same, they will be cancelled out by each other. And you get 3x over a plus 2c at the end. Okay, and then we are at question 26 here. Okay, vector question. Things to take note is x and x are repeating, which means we know the entire thing goes by t to r. And the total ratio is 5 as well. Okay, so our tx is pretty much 3 over 5 of tr. And then our xr is 2 over 5 of tr. So with this information, they wanted us to identify the vector of x, which means we can go through from OT and then all the way to tx here. Okay, since the direction is smoothly. Okay, t will be it for our OT here, while our tx is 3 over 5 of tr. Okay, by this time, you will notice that, oh, we don't have information about TR, and we have to identify it manually by calculating TO plus OR. So TO, that's involved of change of direction. So from the original positive T there, after change of direction, it becomes negative T. And then adding up with the R, you'll be able to get your results as T plus 3 over 5, negative T plus R. Okay, through this you'll be able to get your results as this, and then adding up with 3 over 5r. So your final answer will be 2 over 5t plus 3 over 5r here. Okay, that's how you get to your final answer. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this paper. Personally, I would comment on this question here is super hard. Okay, question 20 is the hardest question from this paper. The rest is pretty much identical. Okay, if you have any question regarding question 20, just leave it at the comment section. I will reply to you as soon as possible. So that's all for this particular set of paper. Okay, if you have friends that are struggling to solve this, feel free to share this to them, and I wish you all the best in your upcoming examination. So a shameless plug here again. If you're interested to join the group class, feel free to fill up the form at the description box, and remember to include your country code, okay, so that I can contact you. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I hope you find this video helpful, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.